Hi everybody, how are you all doing today? I hope that you're fine. So today we'll be having simple verb review, and first up I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so first off what you need to do is log in using the aplusstudent.com, input your email and your password, and then you just scroll down to find your name. Okay, so usually this is where you see the name, so you just click on your name and yeah, that's it. So just click on your name. Okay. So we'll go to the grade we're working on, grade 5. So it's simple verb review. So this is it here. Okay. All right. So is the sentence in the past, present, or future tense? Okay. So we have 3 lessons from simple verb review, and we'll try our best to finish that today. Okay. Okay. So we'll start with this one. Okay. So, is the sentence in the past, present, or future tense? Okay. Um, Now we need to know the difference between the past, the present, and the future tenses. Okay. So yeah, present tense verb tell you about something that is happening now. Okay. So when you have the present tense verb, it tells you about something that is happening right now. Okay, so that's what it is. Tell us about something that is happening right now. That is present tense. It's happening at the moment. Okay, and then most present tense verbs are regular. They have no ending or they end in s or es. Okay, so most present tense their verbs are regular verb. They have no ending, or if ever they have an ending, they'll end in s or es. Okay, so yeah. Now, two verbs are irregular in the present tense: to be and to have. You must remember their forms. Okay, so now only two verbs are irregular in the present tense, and that is to be and to have. You must remember their forms. Okay, you must remember the format and how they are. Okay, so yes, and then we have the past tense now. Okay, so past tense verb tell you about something that has already happened. Okay, so that's what past tense tells you. Past tense tells you about something that has already happened. It happened in the past. Okay, okay, all right. So most past tense verbs are regular. They end in ed. So most of them are regular. Okay, and they end in ed. Okay, so yeah, for example, I cooked yesterday, I washed my clothes yesterday, and all of them end in ed. Okay, so yeah, so they are usually regular. It's not like when we have the irregular verb form, no, but when you have past tense they are mostly regular and they end with what? In ed. Okay, now some verbs are irregular in the past tense. You must remember them. Okay, so now we have the regular past tense and we have the irregular past tense. Okay, hi Aldora, how are you doing? So when we have the irregular past tense. It's when we have, for example, the past tense of sleep is slept, the past tense of wear is wore. That is like the irregular past tense. But when you have the regular past tense, it is just okay, washed, cooked, danced with ed. Okay, so the regular past tense have ed, but the irregular past tense, they just have their own format, and you must remember the formats. They are totally different from the regular form. Okay, then now we have the future tense. Future tense verb will tell you about something that is going to happen. Okay, future tense will tell you about something that is going to happen. Now, it's not happened already. It will happen in the future. Okay, will. So that's why all future tense verb use the word will. Okay, because it has not happened already, it always use the word will. Will. That's what it always uses. So we have present, past, future, work, works, work, will work. Okay, so now present tense, it is work. Or sometime the present tense could end in s and it could be walks with s. Okay, then the past tense is what? Walked, ed, worked. That's the past tense. Okay, so that's the difference right now. Now the future tense will work. That's how it goes. This is present, present, then past tense work, and future will work. Okay, so that's how it goes, like that. Okay, and then it has present also. When you have like the present, it has go, or goes, went is what? Past tense. Okay, so went is past tense. I went shopping yesterday. That's past tense. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is. And then we'll go. I will go shopping tomorrow. Future tense, because you've not gone shopping yet and you're just telling us that you will go. Okay, so you're not setting, you're just saying I will go tomorrow. But then past tense is went. I went shopping yesterday. Okay, and then also what goes is Jane goes shopping with her mom. Okay, and that's what? Present. Okay, all right, so that's basically it. You need to note the difference when it comes to the future tenses. They have will. Okay, and then when it comes to the past tense, they have ed after them. Okay, sometimes they might not have ed because they are irregular, because some of them come what? Irregular. Okay, so some of them are irregular past tense, and they could just have maybe slept or something. Okay, but then when it is like the regular format, it's going to have ed. And then present is telling you what you're doing at the moment. Okay, that's for present. All right, so that's basically everything. So we just need to check on some examples before we move on to the test. So which tense does the sentence use? Crickets live in the tall grass outback. Okay? Crickets live in the tall grass outback. Okay, so what is this? Is it present tense or past tense? It is present because you're telling us where crickets live. Okay? So you're saying crickets live in what? They live in the tall grass out back, and that's present. Okay, so we have my skin swelled because of the bee stink. Swelled, you can see the ed, right? My skin swelled. Why did your skin swell? What? Because of what? The bee stink. Okay, and that is the past tense, because it has ed. Just like what we're saying, for past tense they will have ed. Most of them have ed. Okay, so that's basically it. All right, and then it says that let's look for more. Brennan will read his book before bed. So this one says will. So when you see the one that tells you will read, you know that that is what? That is future. He has not read yet, but he will read. Okay? So future tense will. So yeah. Then let's go next so we see some more examples. The player slammed the ball into the hoop. The player slammed. So because you have slammed, it's what? Ed. That's what? Past tense. So it's not happening right now. It happened already. He slammed. Okay? So that's it. It is past tense. Okay? So let's see more. Yin chops onions for the tomato sauce. Yin chops onions for the tomato sauce. Remember that we said that sometimes for the present tense they do not have an ending, or if ever they have an ending, it's going to be words in it ends in s or in es. Okay, so that's it. If ever they have an ending, it ends in s or es. That's it for like the present tense. So this question is what? Present tense. So in the darkness, Gertrude strained her eyes. Okay, she strained. You see that part that says strained? It's what? When you see the strained, it's past tense. Because it has ed there, you know that it's past tense. Only past tense. Okay, just the past tense. That's what it is. Alright, so let's see if there's some more example before we move on to the test. The doctor will use a stethoscope for this part. The doctor will use a stethoscope for this part. So this one that has will, it's future tense. Okay, it's not telling you that okay, this is what the doctor must do. It's just saying that will. Okay, he will do that. Okay, so when you see will, remember that it's what? It is future tense. All right, so that's it. We'll move on to the test now. I hope that you all can send in your answers. If you know the answer, just send in your answer. Let's make it interactive, okay? So, yeah. So, let's move on to the test now. So, a tiny creature creeps along the vine. A tiny creature creeps along the vine. Now it says, which tense does the sentence use? Creeps along the vine. So what are you gonna say here? Is it going to be present, past tense, or future tense? If you know, you can send your answers on the chart. Let's see. So it says creeps along the vine. So because we have creeps with s, remember that when it comes to present tense, they can either have no ending or they have ending, right? So that's it. Present tense, they could have ending with s or es. So this is present tense. All right. Okay, yeah, you can be interactive. Yes, of course, if you know the answer, you can send it. Okay, send it on the chat as long as you know the answer. That's going to be great. If you want to send in your answers, yes, Patch, you can be interactive. So, yeah. Okay, we have Carl carefully spelled the word aloud. So, Carl carefully spelled the word aloud. Okay? So he spells the word aloud. So now spelled because it has um ed. So what's it going to be? It has ed there. So what does it mean? Is it past tense? Yes, past tense exactly. Because it has ed spelled. Shows that it's what past in the past. Okay? Now the doctor will use a stethoscope for this part. The doctor will use a stethoscope for these parts. So that is what um will future tense, right? Because we had this in the tutorial, so it says it's future tense. Will. He has not done it, but he will do it. So will, future tense. So will. So we eat yogurt and fruit for breakfast. We eat yogurt and fruit for breakfast. Okay? We eat yogurt and fruit for breakfast. And that's what is it present, past tense, past, okay. We eat. Okay, but this one says eat, so it cannot be past tense for patch. It is present tense, yes, with adora. So we eat. If it's past tense, it's going to be we ate. Okay, yes, it's present, Patch. Yeah, it's present. So as long as it has it present because you're eating that right now. Okay? Now Eric stirred the sauce on the stove. Eric stirred the sauce on the stove. Now stirred, ed. What does that mean? Is it present or past tense? Stirred the sauce on the stove. Past tense. So yeah, that's it. Now we have scientists will measure the rainfall in Castroville. Okay, will. They see it says will measure. Okay. Oh, okay, I get. All right, so it says will measure. Now, if you have will measure, what will be the answer? Is it future, past tense, or present tense? Future, exactly. We have future tense here. Okay. So yeah, then I tell Lila my opinions about her music. I tell. So when it says I tell, it's going to be what? I tell. Is it present or past tense? So is it present? I tell. What will be your answer here? So present tense because you're telling her. Okay. So my skin swelled because of the bee sting. Swelled. It has ed, so it is past tense. All right. So I hope that you all understand. Is the sentence past, present, or future tense? I hope that you understand the difference between the present, the past, and the future. Yes, it's present. New one present. Okay, perfect. So I hope that you understand. Remember that the future will have will, and then the present will have a regular sentence, no ending, or it could end in es or s, and then the past will have ed. Okay, so that's it. We'll move on now to the next lesson. It says form and use irregular past tense. So now for this one, you need to form and use the irregular past tense. Okay, so most verbs are regular in the past tense. That means you follow a rule like add ed or d to get the past tense form of the verb. So now, when it comes to past tense, most of the verb are what? Are in the regular format. Okay, so if they are in the regular format, they what? They have ed or d, so they follow a particular rule to like add ed for past tense or d for past tense. Okay, but when it comes to the irregular past tense, they do not follow any rule. They have no rule. Instead, you have to be the one to remember the past tense form of the verb. Okay, so some verbs are irregular. Okay, they do not follow any rule that has to do with ed or d. Never. They don't have any rule like that. They're just on their own, and it's you that have to remember. Just like Jacob lost his keys. Lost is what? The irregular past tense of lose. Lost. Lost is past tense, but it is what? The irregular past tense of lose. Okay. Haley drew a picture. Drew is the irregular past tense of draw. It's the irregular past tense of draw. Okay, so you could say I drew a cat yesterday. That's past tense, but it doesn't, the draw doesn't come with ed or something or d. It's irregular. Alex bought a gift. Bought is the irregular past tense form of buy. So let's see some writing. So when it comes to irregular past tense, when you have buy, so just a moment, see all. Okay, so you have buy, you have buy. Buy is what? Present, right? So you cannot say buyed. No, because it is not correct. It is not regular past tense. It's the irregular past tense. So you're going to say what? Bought for the past tense. And then for draw, draw is what? The present. You cannot say drawed. No, you can only say drew because this is irregular past tense. So this is what I'm talking about. Lose is present tense. And then you cannot say loosed. No, but rather you can say lost. So that's it. When it comes to the irregular past tense, they have a different format. But when it comes to the regular past tense, they have a very okay format, and the format is just like add ed or d. Just for example, you have wash, present, and then washed. Okay, and then you have cook, you have cooked. Then you have jump, you have jumped. So this is it. This is the pattern it follows. Okay, for the regular past tense. And then the irregular past tense follows this. Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you for your answers on the chat. And then the irregular format follows this one. This is the format for the irregular past tense. So that's the difference right now. Okay, so I hope that you understand. So let's go look at some examples. Garrett writes a long letter to his grandma. So you have to complete the sentence with the verb in the past tense. So when you have write is the present. So what is the past tense of write? If you know it, you can leave it on the chart. Past tense of write is wrote. Okay? This is it here. It follows the irregular format. You cannot put yes, wrote. You cannot add ed to write. No, it doesn't work like that. You cannot add d. Just for example, like this, when it's write, you cannot do like this. No, never. So you rather say wrote for the past tense. Okay, so that's it. So let's see some more example. Israel followed his dreams and become a teacher. So is it gonna be Ezra followed his dreams and become a teacher? Or what is going to be the right past tense there? Became. Okay, so it's going to be became, not become. The verb is become is irregular, so the past tense form is became. Yes, became. Now the chain on my bicycle break. The chain on my bicycle break. Are you gonna say the chain on my bicycle break? No. No, we are not saying the chain on my bicycle break. We're saying the chain on my bicycle broke. Instead, yes, broke. Yes, patch, not break. It's going to be broke because if you need to write the past tense of break, break is in the present tense. So if you're going to write the past tense, it's going to be broke. So that's it. Let's move on to next example and then we go to the test. I catch my brother going into my room. I catch is present, but if you need to write the past tense of of catch, is going to be caught. This is it, caught, not catch. If you say catch is present, catch is present, okay? But caught is the past tense. Yes, caught. Exactly. Okay. And then we have another example. We eat all at the table outside. We eat at the table outside. So past tense of eat is ate. So we ate at the table outside. Ate instead of eat. And then yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, I hope that you can be able to get the irregular format of each past tense. Yeah, it. Okay, so let's go to the test and you can send your answers if you know. Okay, so my family think Cedarburg was a great city to visit. My family think. So now the past tense of think. You can send your answers. Let's see if you know this one. The past tense of think. Thoughts. Yes, thoughts. Exactly. It cannot be thinks or thinks. No, never is going to be thoughts. Yes, thoughts. Okay. Now, the person who win the contest got $100. The person who win the contest got $100. Is it gonna be win? Which one here? Is it wins, winces, won? What is going to be the past tense of win? Because it's irregular, right? So it's not like the normal ed and all that. So what is the past tense of win? Which of the options here? One. Okay. So we have one. Perfect. And then I choose to do my homework before dinner. I choose to do my homework before dinner. So is it gonna be the past tense now? Is it gonna be choose, chooses, or chose? Is it chose? What is gonna be the right past tense for choose? What is the right one? I was lagging. Okay, okay, I understand. So, what's going to be the right one for choose? Okay. What is it here? Is it chose? Okay, perfect. So yeah, chose. Yeah, chose is what? The past tense. The chain on my bicycle break. So this one was on the tutorial and you all said it was broke. So yeah, we have broke here. And then Tristan bring games to play on the long car trip. Bring. What's the past tense of bring? Bring. What's the past tense of bring? What is gonna be the right answer? Is it brings, brought, or bringis? So what's gonna be the right answer? Which of the above? So we have brought. Okay, it's this one brought. So past tense of bring is brought. So brought. Okay, so we have if you meet Kylie, you would love her. If you meet Kylie, you will love her. So is it meet, meetings, or met? Is what is gonna be the past tense of meet? This will be the last answer we'll answer together. So which one? Meets, meets, met. What's gonna be the past tense of meet? Let's get your answers and then we can move on to the next. Met. Okay, great. So we have met. So that's it, everybody. That's how you differentiate between the irregular past tense. This is how you differentiate between the irregular past tense and the regular past tense. So take note that the regular past tense has words ed or d, but then the irregular has a different format. Okay? Okay, so we'll go for the last one. Form and use the simple past, present, and future tenses. So this is simple past, present, and future tenses. Okay. All right, so we can start. So we have present tense verb tell you about something that is true or is happening now. Okay, so the present tense verbs will tell you about something that is true or happening now. The present tense form of a verb must agree with its subject in number. All right. So the present tense form of a verb must agree with its subject in number. That is it. It must agree with its subject in number. Now, singular subjects go with singular verbs. We know this before, right? Singular subjects go with singular verbs. To form a singular present tense verb, add s. So if you want to form a singular present tense verb, you have to add s. Form for verbs that end in sh, ch, sx, and z, add es. So if you see any of the verbs that end with sh, ch, s, all these you need to add es to them. For verbs that end in consonant Y, change the Y to I and add S. Okay, so that's IES. That's what it's saying. But if you want to form a singular present tense verb, you need to add an S. That is it. You have to add S. Okay, so yeah, snow falls outside my window. Falls here. That is a single present tense verb. So in general, you should note that when you want to make a single present tense verb, you need to add S, ES, or IES. Okay? Okay? Now, Dylan washes the dishes. So you see that wash, it ends with SH. Just like how we have said that if it ends with SH here, you need to add ES. Okay? Alright? So if it ends with SH, you need to what? Add ES. So that's it. Washes and dishes, you add ES. Okay? So that's it. And then Susan carries the boxes to her room. Carry. So you know that carry is spelled as Carry, but you remove the Y and make it I. So you have ES, IES. Boxes, it ends with X. So you add ES. Okay? Okay? So that's it. Now, plural subjects. I and you go with plural verbs which have no ending. Okay, so plural verbs have no ending. Okay, they have no ending, they do not end in S or ES, IES. No, they do not. Okay, so that's it. Ice cubes float in water. You look nice today. So once you see that the subject is plural, they do not have any ending with the verb. The verb is just the same. You're not adding S or ES or IES, nothing. But if you see that the subject is singular, then you're going to what? Add S, ES, or IES. Okay? So that's it. Two verbs are irregular in the present tense: to be and to have. You must remember their form. This soup is too hot. Erin has long hair. Okay? So that's it for this particular test. You just need to remember that once the subject is singular, you need to add S, ES, or IES. But once you have a plural subject, you don't add anything to the verb. The verb is just going to be on its own. All right? So that's it. Let's look at some example. This one says Hakim and Erica enjoy traveling around Europe and seeing the different buildings and mountains. So Hakim and Erica, it's two. So it's what? Plural subject. Okay, it's plural subject. It's not just one person, it's two people. So it's plural subject. That means you don't need to add anything to the enjoy. You're just going to leave it like this because this is the verb and you don't need to add anything to the verb. Okay. Now let's look for an example that has a singular subject. Let's look for the one that has. Okay, yeah, this one. During hibernation, an animal decrease its body temperature and breathing rate. Okay, an animal. They didn't say animals. They said an animal. Okay, an animal. So it's just one animal. Okay, so decrease is the verb, so you need to add words s because it has e here, so you're going to add s to it. Okay, so that's it. Let's see some more example. Nancy's long hair conceal a small scar on the back of her neck. Nancy is one person, so conceal is what? It's singular. So you need to add something. Okay? You need to add s to the conceals because Nancy is singular. So remember that once it's singular, you add s or es or ies. But once it's plural, you do not add anything. So because it's Nancy, one person, you need to add what? Conceals, you need to add s to it. Okay? So let's go on to the test now. All right, so complete the sentence with the future tense form of the verb. Now, this is future tense, right? Now, if you weigh ingredients using an electronic kitchen scale, your measurements be more accurate than they would be if you use a mechanical scale. So, is it gonna be will be, bees? Okay, so what is it gonna be for future tense? If you're having future tense, what's going to be the right answer? Since this question is asking about future tense. Future tense. Future tense. So if you know the right answer, you can send it on the chart. Let's see what's gonna be. Will be. Yes, you're correct. Okay. Will be. Remember that future tense. Okay. Future tense has will added to it because it does not happen. Will happen in the future. So patch is correct. Will be. When it comes to past tense, remember that past tense has the irregular and the regular past tense, and we did it from the last lesson. But for the present tense now, if it's singular subject, you have a singular verb which has s or es or ies. But if it's a plural subject, you do not have anything added to the verb. So now for future tense, it's going to be will be. Okay? So yeah, that's it. Will be is correct. Now, in the United States, the average child watch is the verb, television for nearly 1,500 minutes each week. So it says present tense. Present tense. This is present tense. And it says the average child. Child is one. So singular subject. What is going to be the right verb now? Okay. Watches. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad that you all understand. So watches this one. Okay. Now it says that during hibernation. Okay, now we did this already, so it's going to be this. It's what's in the tutorial. Now let's look at the next one. Since I am a visual learner, I memorize information by drawing pictures of the words. So it says present tense. Now, since I am a visual learner, I is singular. Memorize here is the verb. So now, what is going to be the right answer here? What is going to be the right answer, the right verb? What is it? So let's see what would be the right verb. Memorized. Present tense. It's present tense we're doing. For. Okay, no, not for. What about one? Okay, yeah, one is the correct one. Okay, one is correct. Memorize, right? Because it's present tense and it's word. Okay, so we have another person saying for, but for is not it because if you say for, it is past tense memorized with ed. But if we are talking about present tense now, so it's going to be memorized. This one is the correct answer. One. So it says that where did you come from? Okay, so now since I am a visual learner, I memorize information by drawing pictures of the words. Memorize. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so the nurse fastened the curve to take the patient's blood pressure. Now the nurse is what? It's past tense. Now this you need to find past tense. Okay, you need to find past tense of this one. You need to find the past tense. So fasten, past tense. What's it going to be? Past tense. Remember that we have. Okay, so we have light gaming says for fastened. Yes, okay. Okay. All right, so that's it, everybody. I hope that you all understand the difference. Yes, correct, Aldera. I hope that you all understand the difference between the future tense, past tense, and present tense. Okay? Right. So we're ending it now. If you've not done this lesson, try your best to do the lesson, okay, and complete the test, okay. If you have any questions or you do not understand, you can as well read the tutorials again, or you can also watch the video again to answer the test, okay. So I do hope that you all understand. See you all next time. Bye, Patch. Bye, Aldora. Bye, Lights Gaming. Bye, everyone. So we'll meet again next time. So bye. Bye everyone. Yeah. See you guys next time.